I am so angry right now. So okay, here's what happened. My freaking computer froze, and so I reset it. And while I was resetting, I decided to go ahead and play a game of this stupid game. And I just had like the best game of my life. Let's see. I went 25 and 15. It I'm very upset by that. And with 3 assists, like I actually did like relatively good. Not good like for like other Call of Duties, but like for this one, that's a pretty good thing. These other two people, they passed me, and I don't know how he has more points. Oh, he has 10 assists. He just got his kills stolen every day. But yeah, no, so I had a pretty good game, and I tried to record it, and I couldn't. Sucked. Um, anyway, today's episode is not gonna be the happiest of episodes, as you probably read from the title. So there was an attack in Syria, uh, or I mean, man, I'm very upset. I am. Uh, there's a lot of controversy about what actually happened. Um, we think it was a chemical attack, and I don't know. When I read, they were saying that these seemed like it was this new, not new, but it was this chemical. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but this thing that was invented in Nazi Germany to help deal with side. Uh, but like, oh man, the things that it does to people is really really messed up. You start drooling, your eyes start watering, your nose starts running, just all kinds of horrible stuff. I'm actually going to look it up. So sorry for me not moving off of the start, but just looking it up really quick so that I actually know, so I don't misspeak. Um, all right, so while that loads, um, what is it called? Sarin or sarin, Sarin. Okay, and this stuff does some pretty messed up things to you, and it's very illegal. It's super illegal to use this uh, at all, like in war or even as a pesticide, which is its intended use, or which was its intended use, I guess. But yeah, no. So it was it's really messed up that it was used. So it looks like now they're saying, sorry. I'm also looking at it now because I saw this story like when it had just dropped, so there wasn't a ton of information. So I was just kind of looking over it to see what it knew. So it is now. They are confirming that it was a chemical attack, and they're saying that all evidence points to what's it called? Assad? Yeah, the Assad. Um, is a little terrorist organization, but they've never been like known, or nobody ever thought, I guess, that they would do something like this against their, which is kind of messed up. But what's his name? President. What's his name? What is this man's name? Bashar. President Bashar, he denies all these allegations, all those claims of it being them. So far, there's been a pretty serious attack, and nobody's taken credit for it. So we don't know who did it. They're saying that they think it was Assad, but yeah, you don't really know. All right, you don't really know all these things. So Russia blamed this on a terrorist ammunition storehouse. I don't know how they figured that that's what did it, but you know. But they are saying that it wasn't them, so we know. So Russia's saying it wasn't them. Al-Assad is saying, President Bashar al-Assad is saying that it wasn't him. So right now, nobody knows who it was. But there were, so far, I think that the count, they said at least 70. I think that the count went up to something over, I think 200 and something were just injured. I'm trying to, at the same time as playing this and like going over what I know, I'm also like looking at the new stuff that they've updated it with since I read the story. So it looks like they estimate the death toll range between 281 people and 1,729 people. Now I don't think it was the whole 1,000. That's like really extreme. I think that's just them guesstimating. I know that there were a ton of people injured, but I do know that there are 70 confirmed deaths, and 10 of which were children, which is, in case you don't know, worse. Are you joking? I get that this is a laggy game, but this is really bugging me. I'm down at 2 bar. What just happened to my internet? I'm not using the internet. Oh, I guess I looked something up on Google. Okay, but I don't even have that open anymore, so that's fine. Sure, okay. Whatever. This is a pretty big deal. Any terrorist attack is a big deal. This one is, if it was the Sarin, however you pronounced it, Sarin, symbiotic, I don't know how to pronounce it, but if it was that, then that will make this the biggest chemical attack in history, or the most effective, however you would like to put it. But yeah, no, it's none of those things are good. You don't want them to be effective. Well, I guess if you're the one attacking, you want it to be effective. But we, as you know, the bystanders, would much prefer that it was a very ineffective attack. This is a really, really horrible situation, and I'm not gonna make jokes or try to make light of it. It's really bad. But you know, no, there's no but. Yeah, it's just a really bad situation. I feel pretty bad for all the families and such. I feel bad for the people that died, though. Like, I think I'm like the only person that ever does, but everybody's like, oh, my heart goes out to the family. My heart tends to go out to the person that was, killed. I don't know why most people don't. I think it's just because, like, oh, well, they're dead, so you can't really do anything for them, but the family. Are you... This game... I'm trying my hardest not to get upset at this game because I'm talking about a pretty serious topic, but, But currently the assumption is that it was the Assad regime who did it, even knowing that this was illegal, and yeah, it's not good. There are a couple witnesses that have come forward and already started talking about what happened. They say, a quote from one of the witnesses, the aftermath was, that's not a quote, that's just what they're generalizing, never mind. But they're saying that some of the witnesses are saying the aftermath was nightmarish and unlike anything that they had ever previously seen. And in Syria, they've seen a lot of this stuff. Syria, if you don't know, is a pretty war-torn country. So for it to be something like that bad that they haven't seen before is, that actually means something. But, yeah. No, it's pretty bad. Faris Al-Jandi said, he told CNN that he entered the hospital, or upon entering the hospital where all the victims were taken, that there were so many atrocious things to see. And yeah, it's gas and other chemical agents used in warfare, I think get very underplayed in a lot of media. Not media, but like movies and stuff. Everybody knows about like how the Joker uses like little gas grenades and nothing really happens. They laugh until they choke out and die, but it's always a pretty quick, relatively painless death. That's not what it's like in real life. And even in like action movies and stuff, you'll see like gas and just it doesn't really do anything. They'll all like pass out or something. That's not how it works. What the heck is this connection? In real life, really horrible. This is great. This is such a good game. But in real life, a lot of horrible things happen. As I said, the gas, the toxin that was used in this instance, or that we think slash was most likely used. We're gonna switch games. This is ridiculous. I also feel like maybe I shouldn't be playing something with guns while talking about this. I don't know, it kind of makes me feel bad to just run around shooting stuff after talking about so many people dying. So I think I'd rather play a little bit of Rocket League, to be honest, something a little bit lighter. But yeah, this gas has a lot of really, really bad effects. Um, just, just really horrible. There's God, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was concentrating. There's a lot of different symptoms, but the initial symptoms, like the things that you hit like first, you get, your runny nose, tightness in your chest, and then you have this difficulty breathing. A lot of people get nauseous and do start throwing up. You then start to lose control of your body, meaning you can't really move on your own. You lose all that kind of control, and a lot of people are seen to be twitching, and it just all the movements that they have are not their control, and they end up kind of paralyzed because they can't move on their own. And eventually there's just the loss of bowel control, which happens just before death. You lose control of your bowels. So there's a urination, and then defecation, and then after that, yeah, well, they tend to die, which kind of sucks. I mean, yeah, there's no way of beautifying it. It's pretty awful stuff. I think that anything that'll make you lose control of your body is pretty awful. I'm sorry for all the sniffling. I'm not crying out here. I have allergies. If there ends up voice being as raspy as it is. Great. But yeah, so this gas is super duper illegal to use, and to use it against, to use it at all is pretty awful, but to use it against your own, people is really messed up. God, I cannot make shots today. I think that this is affecting me a little bit more than just I get the sniffles. I'm not really good at concentrating right now. Which sucks, but, I mean... Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just end the video here. I don't know. Oh, he said trade. He's one of those people. He only plays so that he can get cool skins and stuff. Yeah. I guess I'll just end the video here. I would recommend that if you can, you go ahead and just read up on this and see everything that's happened. And please read up on it after this episode, because they keep coming out with new information. I believe that it happened today, so yeah, it's not like all the information is out yet. So but if you do want to help, you can always donate money. There's a ton, and I do mean a ton, of Syrian charities that are set up, and you can always just try and donate money to try and help out, especially for helping out the hospitals and such. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and hopefully the next video is a little bit happier.